Okay, let's take the callers and stop wasting your time here, because you got a lot you could do other than listening to me. What could you be doing other than listening to me? Nothing. It's a vacuum out there. There's nothing. I mean, I'm you. After the air, I'm you. I turn it on, it's the same thing. The smile button people, the Tea Party being co-opted by the Republicans, I think that movement's going to be destroyed, by the way, unless they catch on to the Borders language culture message that I've been selling for 15 years. How can they survive? It's unbelievable to me. All right, let's go to Howard in New York. Howard, you're up on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Michael, the RINO point that you just brought out before is right on the money. And here's one way that it'll be proven so. The Democrats are trying to say that if they can't get this health care bill passed, which obviously they can't right now,
they're going to do it through reconciliation, which means through dictatorial means.
And it's a violation of the Byrd rule. So all the Republicans have to do is just check the Byrd rule out. They're not allowed.
What's interesting to me is that the vermin on the left, mainly on MSNBC, the channel for Obama's channel, are actually egging the Democrats on to go to the reconciliation program, which means do it without anybody, just do it by fiat, do it as though we're in a dictatorship. Isn't it amazing how liberals have always wanted to live in a dictatorship?
You're right, and
so don't you find it odd that all of a sudden you're hearing all of these commentators saying, "Oh, the climate in America has become very contentious. It's never been this bad." You got a naked communist trying to take over the government, every avenue of our lives, and the people stand up and say, "Niet, no, you're not going to do it." Suddenly they're concerned about contention. Damn it! It's a sign of Americans standing up for their survival. What do you mean contention?
Be a litmus test against these RINOs, and the test should be the question posed to them: how many of you are for global warming? I guarantee you'll see more than half the Republican Party raise their hands.
Well, here you got Orrin Hatch, who ushered in Ruth Bader Ginsburg onto the Supreme Court in 91, 92, when she was formerly the head counsel for the ACLU. Here's a guy saying the Tea Party movement is threatening to tear the GOP apart. Of course it is, Orrin. You should be thrown out. There should be a Kennedy-like meltdown of you in Utah with a real conservative winning. We don't need any more of these finesse-like, these fine Undertaker types. He's always been like an Undertaker.
The so-called conservative Bob Barr, who you brought out just before, when he was with the ACLU after leaving the Republican Party, he represented the most radical left-wing people. So here's a guy...
Howard, how come you and I are the only two people in America who know that Bob Barr worked for the ACLU, and this son of a gun is now speaking at the CPAC convention?
Suspicious of what the CPAC convention is about. Ann Coulter, for instance, who's supposed to be the darling of the conservative movement, guess who she wants to run as a candidate for the Republican Party in 2012? None other than Dick Cheney, who's an extension of Bush. I mean, it shows you where...
Well, I have trouble with Coulter. Once I saw her to be the naked Jew hater that she was, I never liked her again. Once I saw that she was using Jews as whipping boys, which she did on television once. She Jew baited a host who's a liberal, by the way, but she had no right Jew baiting him, and he went for it. I didn't like her ever after that. I saw who she was. She's a schoolyard hag.
Poverty Law Center.
Ann Coulter looks like a post-op transvestite posing as a conservative in order to peddle books.
Poverty Law Center, by the way, was also on none other than O'Reilly's show the other night.
What? O'Reilly had Potok on?
Had Potok on before CNBC even had him on.
O'Reilly's moved to the left because Glenn Beck has turned out to be such a firebrand, and he's so threatening to O'Reilly that O'Reilly's trying to move to the left of Beck in order to maintain some presence on Fox News. That's what he's doing.
Anyway, keep up the good work, Michael.
Well, okay, I have the eye that sees all. I'm like the eye in the sky in a Las Vegas casino. That's a good analogy, right? The eye in the sky in a Las Vegas casino. I can see when the dealers are cheating. I can see when the pit bosses are cheating. I can see when the gamblers are cheating. I mean, to me, that's an interesting analogy. I am like the eye in the sky at a gambling casino. I'm the guy walking up on the catwalk reviewing all the computers, and I'm telling you that I see the Republicans dealing from several different decks, et cetera, and half the people at CPAC basically are dealing from two sides of the deck. But the people are, easily